Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm just propping up the bar at my local and having my usual. So it's Zone Gym and this is my water and workout. It's an exciting life, but I'm actually quite excited because it's arms day and that's always kind of like more fun and less strenuous. So I'm going to do my arms, I'm going to do a full arms workout, but I'm going to start with biceps and then move on to triceps because for me, biceps is a bit weaker than my triceps. So I'd recommend that with all of your workouts. At least consider that the stuff that's your weaker point or weaker muscle group is going to go first in the workout day, within the days within your split. So for me on arms, that means biceps first. So I'm going to hit that, and then I'm actually looking to have 3 days off training, as I did mention the other day. I'm going to take a few days off of training before I get a blood test done. Just safety checks here. Had no problems, but it's sometimes considered worthwhile taking a few days off training as that can skew the liver values. So I'm going to be taking training off from tomorrow until Saturday morning when I have that test, and this is the last workout before then, this being just Tuesday night and one of the easier ones doing arms, so I'm going to be doing biceps here. First exercise I'm doing here on biceps is the hammer strength MTS bicep curl, where your arm's wedged in front. So if you don't have access to this machine, something kind of similar would be any kind of preacher curl, which if you don't have a preacher curl bench, you can just use an incline bench and do each arm separately with dumbbells, or alternatively, if you want that angle without a bench at all, you'd be doing, well, without a preacher bench at all, you'd be doing spider curls leaning forward on that incline bench here. But as this is here, just for variety, I'm doing it today. And I like to just cradle it in the lower part of my hand because I've got quite long forearms. And to keep the tension in the biceps all the way through. Now, I recommend on any of these unilateral movements where you're doing each arm or even each leg individually, that you do your weaker side first. So me being right-handed, I always start on my left on this exercise. So do with the right hand now. The weird thing with my arms, right, is even though my right arm usually measures a tiny bit more than my left kind of looks bigger because I've got shorter insertion on my right bicep. It's like shorter than on my left. So it looks bigger on my left even though the right's bigger. It's weird like that. I'll show you the second set from over here. As you can see how I lean back to make sure I'm getting a stretch, more of a stretch than I would get otherwise. If I lean back like this, so the shoulders further back. Call that 12 and a half. But I usually try not to exceed it on the stronger side, even if I can. So I won't do more than 13 reps here, and then back again. as a general rule, I'd say the longer your limbs are compared to average, or the shorter they are compared to average, the less you're going to get on with machines like this. I should probably focus the routine on free weights. So more of my exercises are free weights or cables on the arms than the machines. That's what you'll see in most of my other arm workouts. But this one, slightly adapted for me, still kind of useful. Keep it in there for variety. But generally my go-to on this kind of angle is the spider curls with dumbbells. The main thing that I don't like with this kind of exercise is that every set is like 2 sets because of doing them separately. So more commonly you'll see me doing things with arms together like I would do with the spider curls, or even with a barbell preacher curl on a preacher bench. Finish up on the right. This will be my last set on here. Let's move on to a different angle on biceps. I'm over in the dumbbell area and I was going to do incline bench dumbbell curls to have someone with the elbow behind, but actually for once it's free over on the cables, which is not often free there, so I'll pop over there for variety and a change. Just going to take the rows eye view as we walk through here. As I did do a full gym tour of this place, so it doesn't hurt just to show you the bro's eye view, what it looks like walking around here and doing all your bits. We've got the Pilates stuff for incline and decline and shoulder press in there. All sorts of legs over that direction. And then we'll just come through to the cables over here that aren't normally free. This is generally where all the shoulder stuff are, but obviously cables you can use for just about anything. So set up on the cables here. Again, another exercise which is going to take a little bit longer because each hand is, each arm is working on its own, and it's like every 2 sets is 1 set for the whole thing. So I'll take my low pulley here, and as usual I'll start with the weaker side, which should be the left, and just I'm going to make sure to just do it with my biceps here. I'm going very light with this first set. Switch over without putting it down again. Over to the right, just switch it behind my back and go straight in for this first set for the right arm. Not the most extreme of exercises, I have to admit, but I kind of chose a session where it wouldn't be so intense as I'm winding down from these training sessions before that test on Saturday. So it suits my purposes fine for now. These are more concentration exercises than me blasting it with heavy weights. switch over to the right here. You won't see this so clearly, but you'll still see the tempo that I'm doing it at. Next one on here. It's getting to that point of the reps really dropping off that I'm looking for by the third or fourth set. And that's those done. So move on to a separate angle now for biceps, and then think of something for triceps at least before finishing off for today. And the next exercise I'm looking at for biceps, something that's going to bring in more the forearms and the brachioradialis, so potentially a hammer curl in the first space, or maybe a reverse curl with a barbell. I'm just going to see there's more space over there. I've decided it's going to be the reverse curl with one of the fixed barbells here for today. I like to keep variety just to keep it interesting for me, but also to be showing all different exercises for you here on the channel. But it's good to have a good large repertoire of exercises, because then when it's busy you have all these exercises, they're all in kind of different categories, not just for the different muscle groups, but for the different purpose or different area within the muscle group. You have this big repertoire and things that are more or less interchangeable in their function, and your training system can be switched in and out, and you just go to where there's space. So I did have the option today, but I'm really feeling like the reverse curls because I've been neglecting them, because I sort of thought that my forearms were outgrowing my biceps, but it doesn't mean that I'm never going to do them. I'm thinking to get a few sets on today just for a particular exercise. That weight's about right. I think that's 70 pounds there, but I was in two minds whether to go lighter. But that is about right at 70 pounds. But I do want to try some of those back grip things on the bar to really test my grip and forearms a little bit more. I'm thinking to get hold of some of those to show doing that at another workout and really work the forearms. But spoiled for choice here, it's just that everything's in pounds, so sometimes I have to adjust my thinking. This is the dumbbell section, and apart from those rubberized ones over on the far right, everything else in here is in pounds. So I sometimes, being more used to kilos myself, I sometimes have to do that calculation, but that's your free weights area. Benches as well. I'm just going to set up on the other side for more of these reverse curls. What's that? I haven't been using any of this. Yeah, there's always people that won't put their stuff away. Hit it again, set 3. Pop it down here and save chopping up the video before doing one more set. I want one more set on there, but biceps feeling pumped from all this so far. I'm lifting much heavier again quite soon. Usually my heavier exercises for this are the really simple ones like normal barbell curls or alternating dumbbell curls, standing. Going, my heaviest weights on biceps with those particular exercises. It doesn't hurt to throw in a few variations pretty regularly. All the first guys with the biggest arms doing like 8 different exercises in a session for arms, generally, or coming from the research. And that's it. That's it for biceps today. Now that biceps are all done, I'm going to switch over to training triceps, and the first exercise I'm going to do in a second is the close grip bench press. I'm doing it on the Smith machine, so it's safer to go a bit heavier on my own. And while it's quiet in here tonight, it's taking advantage of a bit of keeping small and busy. So fits well for me, and I'm doing close grip press because it emphasises the triceps more, but also it always incorporate a bit of the chest, and that's fine for me this time as I haven't trained my chest for at least a week with all this kind of like coughing and breathing business and being a little bit unwell. It's been done. I've done legs and shoulders, but yeah, the chest has had a long break, so we can roll on this exercise now. First one, 2 plates each side, just to warm it up. And give it a whirl with 3 plates each side. It's been a little while. Maybe a little bit heavy for today, just getting the sit straps there, so I'll take it down for the last set. One more on here and I'll be moving it on. Of all the triceps stuff you do, this is like the closest thing. Well, it is kind of still a compound exercise, bringing in chest. It's just more triceps emphasis, putting your hands narrower than normal. But of stuff that you do on triceps, this is pretty much the only compound exercise. This and maybe dips where you've got the body a little bit straighter, is more emphasis on triceps, but still includes the chest. They're the ones that would be like compound exercises, but focusing more on the triceps, and then pretty much everything else we do is in isolation. So after I've got this set done, I'll move on to something for isolating the triceps, potentially one of the more neglected areas of the tris. I'm really not getting too creative here for next tricep exercise. I'm just going to hit it up with some pushdowns that we all know and love. I don't know why this has become like the default triceps exercise for gym goers generally. I mean, maybe because it's easy to set up and less awkward to get into position than stuff like overhead or skull crusher angle, but it does mean that basically most people's triceps are underdeveloped in the long head, you know, the bit that creates the sweep underneath when you're doing like front double biceps shots. So I do find that when training triceps heavy and hard, I'm doing stuff more and that kind of overhead extension angle, like a French press or like a cable rope, like this, like more seriously than my pushdowns. Because like everyone else, I started more on pushdowns only for triceps. That's quite common. So it's making up for that. I find with other people's programs as well, it's often making up for that. But today, it's not the hardest of workouts for me, more biceps focused, and I'll rotate these pushdowns back in. A little downsized to 385, but triceps is still just as back to this basically. Thanks for watching, guys. That brings me to the end of today's workout. Save for a few interesting, hopefully entertaining things to say. There's always something I think of once I get babbling. It's nice to record it in my natural habitat here with all the weights behind me. It's not a green screen or anything. This is in fact Zone Gym, Wood Green, North London, UK. And I'm always evangelising about the great gyms that we've got here, especially these ones that I know and love in North London. So check the place out. I bumped into quite a few of my friends today, and I bumped into my sports massage therapist, Rita, just as I came in earlier. And it made me remember what she'd said when I got my massage treatment that I put on the video a couple of weeks back, where she was saying about the men's wellness division, because I talked about it on the channel before, having a bit of a laugh, like if you look back to one of the previous videos. But as I got chatting with her as I went for that treatment, she said, oh, they made it, no, they really have made it a new division, and it's in a show in Scotland, and it's not just Brazil. And I thought, oh, is it really like that? I'll have to look into this for the videos and for entertainment there. And what I discovered is that it had been advertised. Let me check my microphone. The microphone's good. It it had been advertised for that Granite City contest. So in Scotland they got that Granite City bodybuilding contest, which has already taken place for this year. I thought, oh, that's the one it's got to be. So I looked through all of the running order of the classes that they put on their Instagram, and I didn't see men's wellness. So I thought there's got to be more to this. I scroll a bit further down the Instagram and see that there was an announcement on April the 1st that they were doing the men's wellness division, and it featured a picture of a man that looks like a chick, trained for wellness, from Brazil. It featured him on the Instagram post, and it said like, we're doing men's wellness as a category at this Granite City show, but that was April the 1st. So it was a hoax, it was all a joke, and it seemed like in the comments on the Instagram most people had twigged that it was a joke. But I can confirm that at least one person over here thought that the men's wellness thing had spread over to these shores, and we were going to see everyone skipping chest day to go and train their arse. But no, it turns out there's no evidence of that, and there's certainly no chest days being skipped to train the quads and the glutes going on here. Except what the women do, of course. Like the girl bro split is basically lower body 3 times a week, and then like a little bit of upper sprinkled in on rest day, maybe with cardio, but basically hitting the arse, like glute pumping it hardcore like 3 times a week. That's the girl bro split. That's what we see here, but we haven't seen any men like switch over to the girl bro split of arse and legs 3 times a week just yet. So it hasn't reached these shores, men's wellness, I can confirm. That's my investigative journalism like piece for today, basically, after having a good laugh and scrolling through Instagram. So that's that. Obviously I do train legs. I did train legs with Tom the other day, and I did explain that I hadn't skipped legs. I just left my memory card at home, but legs did in fact happen, and they're very sore from going a little bit heavier than usual on a couple of exercises. But it all bodes well for when I get up and running again with my weight gain program, which might be in a couple of weeks. I'll obviously get these tests done on Saturday, no training from now until Saturday. Check that's all good, and then it'll be moving forwards. Like digestion is good. I'm not like sick of food like I was 5, 6, 7 weeks ago. All looks good on my progress. All looks even better on the progress of everyone that I'm working with. So it's happy times all round. I'm doing what I can to improve my sleep. Obviously things are going well, except for like that little bit of residual cough and throaty voice from packing the stupid vapes. And that'll be 2 weeks off of them, like cold turkey tomorrow, 2 weeks. So I've come all this way, I've suffered that, I shan't go back, I promise you that. And it can only improve even further from here. I'm enjoying the cardio. Actually did a session this morning, so I will be explaining a little bit more about the heart rate and working that out, the calculations that I used for vigorous cardio that would be more beneficial for heart health and oxygen uptake efficiency, all that sort of thing. So that's coming up in future videos. But if you've got any questions about today or anything at all, pop them in the comments. I'm thinking in the next few days to do an Ask Me Anything video for YouTube. So I'm going to be taking your comments from recent videos for an Ask Me Anything episode. I'm going to be putting out on my Instagram, which is also called Physique Philosopher, for any questions at all, maybe even some controversial ones, and make it all into an episode in the next few days. So if you've got any questions at all about anything, it doesn't even have to be bodybuilding, like throw them in this time. And I will do my best to put them into a compilation this week. Otherwise, I'll see what I get from Instagram as well, and that'll fill out the content, some meal prep stuff, some stuff about cardio. That'll take us to the end of this week. Hope you've enjoyed it recently. I will be getting out and about soon with more and more contests and meet and greets stuff coming up. I'll be training much harder soon, and I'll have more to say about the health phase, the results of blood work, all of that kind of thing all coming up. So if any of that interests you, share and subscribe. I'll be back online tomorrow. Cheers.